What's up, guys? Welcome to me. I know this isn't my usual surroundings, but this is me on the My Friends I Hate channel, and let's talk about some movie news. The first thing we got up here today is this week Todd McFarlane says he will write, direct, and produce the next Spawn film. For those of you who don't know, Todd McFarlane is the creator of Spawn. He did a lot of the general artwork, has written most of it. It's basically his character. So, good news for a lot of Spawn fans. I personally enjoy the first movie, and I know that they've been talking to death about there being a sequel, but this seems pretty legit. He says that he has a deadline to have a script ready by the end of the year, and that they will start production as soon as it's done. It should be a relatively quick shoot. He also says he wants the movie to be more of a horror film than a superhero film, which I think could be nice, you know? Spawn is generally a darker character, and doing a movie with him mostly in the background with all this spooky stuff, it seems like it could work. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to talk about is X-Files creator Chris Carter says he is up for doing a third film in the series. He says that it's really up to 20th Century Fox whether or not they're going to do it or not, and I guess that's how it goes in the movie industry. Basically, the studio says yay or nay on a project. So, I mean, if you're looking forward to a third movie, then, you know, there's a possibility that a lot of these people are coming back. It just depends on whether the studio wants to do it or not. Also, big news for fans of the Avengers. We have James Spader has been cast as Ultron. This is a relatively good casting choice, I think. I'm not really familiar all too well with James Spader, but I think he'll do pretty good in the role. I'm not really sure what he'll do because Ultron's essentially a robot, and I'm not sure how Marvel wants to do that character just yet, but we'll see how things go. Also, let's talk about Man of Steel 2. Two big developments in the Superman-Batman film. Firstly, the first thing that I want to talk about is the fact that Detroit is now the new Gotham City. Which I don't know if that's the good move, because Chicago has been Gotham City for the better part of 3 movies. I would have liked it to stay, you know, in Chicago, but I guess if they want to move to Detroit, that's fine. Maybe to get the nitty-gritty of it, I'm not sure. Also, I'm not sure how much Gotham is going to stay in the movie, but we'll see. And let's talk about the big news. I know that this is pretty late in talking about it, but I feel like it's a topic that I need to cover. Ben Affleck cast as Batman. Yeah. My feelings on this are relatively, you know, neutral. I'm not really too sure about this. The thing that keeps me from saying that he'll do a really good job is the fact that he played Daredevil way back when, and of course everybody's going to say that. But, I mean, it's not even the fact that he played the character. It's just that, you know, the characters look kind of similar. At least the costumes essentially look the same. So, when you see him as Batman, you're basically going to look at Daredevil. I'm not exactly too sure how they want to do it. It's a little early in the development to see if they want to change the costume, but I like the direction that they're going, with there being like an older Batman who's like already been a crime fighter for several years. So we'll see how that goes. Also, this is basically a different Ben Affleck than the one that we saw in Daredevil, because remember back then he was still trying to be an actor. And now he's basically essentially the big director guy who's made a lot of really fantastic movies. And the fact of the matter is that not only does he direct them well, but he also acts really good in them. So he's probably really good for the part. And also, Daredevil and Batman aren't the same character essentially. And I think that, you know, Ben Affleck's a little bit older, a little bit wiser. He could pull this off. It's just, you know, I don't know about that. It's just the fact that it could be good, but it also could fail. It just depends on how they want to do it. I don't have a problem with Ben Affleck as an actor. I think he's actually really good. But, I don't know, there's this thing. I don't think that the public will be able to separate Batman from Daredevil. And I think that's the main reason that a lot of people are having a problem with it. I basically agree with what Jeremy Johnson said on the subject, that is if he looks like, you know, Batman traditionally looks, with the mouth being visible, then you're going to see Daredevil. So, I don't know about this. It could go either way. It could. I have no problem with Ben Affleck as an actor. Like, he could pull this off really well. He could be fantastic in the role. It's just that it depends on like a writing thing, because Zack Snyder's going to be writing most of the script, or it could be, you know, how the public views it. It's just really hard to separate. And by the by, I like Daredevil as a movie, and I think he did really good in that film. It's just, you know, I know a lot of people don't like it that much, and I think that he could do good. He could do really good in this. Now guys, I want to talk to you guys about some trailers that came out this week. Basically, I'm going to start with an older one called Basically, I'm going to start with an older one called Stranger, which is made by Bad Robot. It was a trailer that came out last week, I believe, and it's really very off-putting and weird. I don't know too many people who heard about it. Just check the link in the description. It'll take you straight to the video, and you can watch it and judge it for yourself. Personally, I think it's weird and creepy. Next, we're going to talk about a trailer for Old Boy. This is a movie where there's a movie with Josh Brolin in it. It looks pretty good. At first, you know, in the midst of the trailer, I thought it was going to be, you know, like an art house picture where it was going to be him in captivity through most of it, or through all of the movie, and that's what the movie was going to be. But no, this looks like it could be really action-packed, like, I don't know, Taken meets Buried. So, again, check the link in the description. You guys can watch it, judge for yourself. I'm looking forward to it, personally. And the big one that I want to talk about this week is Seventh Son. Apparently this is a movie based on a book series that I haven't read. The thing that I like about this trailer is that it's finally something that cannot be compared to Twilight. I'm sick of people talking about, oh, it's based on a book, it must be compared to Twilight. This looks absolutely nothing like Twilight. So I'm extremely happy about that. The problem that I kind of run into it is that it could be like Aragorn, but, you know, that's a different story entirely. I really like this trailer, though. There's a lot of, you know, fantastical elements in it. The special effects look really good. The action looks great, and the acting looks pretty good. So, again, check that out in the description. The link's right there. You can just watch it and judge for yourself. It's really good. Alright, guys, and Alright, now I'm going to talk to you about the movies that are coming out this week. We have first on the ballot for September 6th is Riddick. I'm actually a very big fan of the Riddick series. I've seen the Chronicles of Riddick. I really enjoy that movie. The difference is in the Riddick series, and it seems like it's relevant with this trailer, when I saw the trailer for this movie, is that they don't look like generally good movies, but they do look very entertaining. And that's what I really like about them. Vin Diesel does, you know, fantastic with that character, so I'm interested in watching this one. Also, we have another movie called Salinger, starring Philip Seymour Hoffman and Edward Norton. We have Adore, which has Naomi Watts and Robin Wright. It seems like a relatively, you know, interesting film. I saw the trailer for it. It's kind of weird, though. It's basically like a female and female attraction piece. I don't know if that interests you guys, but there you go. And also there's Hell Baby. This is actually a comedy with Rob Corddry and Leslie Bibb. I don't know about this one, and only because Haunted House and Scary Movie 5 already came out this year, so we'll see about this movie. Then we have Winnie Mandela, starring Jennifer Hudson and Terrence Howard. And Populaire, starring Roman Duris and Deborah Francios. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but whatever. That's how they spelled it. And the last movie we have on the ballot is Red Obsession, starring Russell Crowe. So if you're a big Russell Crowe fan and you don't mind how he sings, then you can enjoy that movie. Basically, that's all I got as far as movies go for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, the links for all the trailers are in the description. If you guys want to talk about any bit of movie news that you heard me talk about today, you just leave them in the comments below, and we'll be sure to have a conversation about them. Tell me what you think about all these different points. Basically, James Spader as Ultron, Detroit as Gotham, Ben Affleck, and all this other stuff. Just let me know what you guys think down below, and I guess that's pretty much it. So, I'll see you guys next week, and hopefully we can have more things to talk about movie-wise.